When ceramic keycaps first launched, I kickstarted those. I wanted a set so badly. So when Keychron came out with the Q16 HE8K, a 65% magnetic switch keyboard that is also, surprisingly, I don't know why they don't put this all over the box, but this is the world's first ceramic keyboard. That's right, there's no aluminum. Well, the plate? I don't know, we'll get to that. That was a really satisfying box slide off. Yeah, so it uses TMR magnetic switches. So if you want 4 different actions per key, you can do that. So it does like an action when you barely tap it and when it's fully depressed, and then you can set different ones at different points, like a lot of the other HE Hall effect keyboards that we've seen come out from like Wooting or whoever else. In the box, we've got our quick start guide. If you're a Windows user, please find the appropriate keycaps in the box, then follow the instructions below to find and replace them. Because it shows up with Mac keycaps? What else we got? A really nice cloth, actually. This is like glasses cleaner level quality of cloth. They probably included this because ceramic is a fingerprint magnet. You will see smudges all over this thing if you're not careful, both on the keycaps and on the case. We've got a sleeved cable with ferrite bead. It's their 8K polling rate for 8 kilohertz gaming. Comes as a USB-C to C cable, but with a little handy C to A adapter. Always useful. I've got a couple of these just lying around at home because you never know when you're gonna use a C to A adapter. We've got a keycap and switch puller, which you're probably gonna need because it's hot swap. Little screwdriver. I love to see those. Some replacement, looks like gaskets and a couple of screws, or maybe feet actually. These might be the feet. And what else we got? Some extra keycaps. These are our Windows keycaps, very nice. That's right, they're ceramic. I got rid of my ceramic keycaps. I think I sold them to someone because while I really liked them for a lot of reasons, I don't know if it was just the first revision that was done that had issues, but mine didn't always seat properly. And so I'd be gaming and I'd go to hit Control or Alt or something, and then it would the keycap would come off with me as I pulled my finger off it. So I think it caused me 1 or 2 deaths in Elden Ring, and I said, no more of this. I can't do it. But this, it feels so wild.
It is so shiny that it almost looks cheap.
Right? So part of it does feel cheap, but in a really weird way. The thing about ceramic is it can look and feel plasticky depending on your materials used and how they're doing everything. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I know how to make ceramics. I just know that they typically use like clay material along with some other organic material and sinter it at different heats. The palm or like finger feel definitely feels like you're touching plastic, but it feels like a very slippery high-end plastic. I don't exactly know how to explain it otherwise. The weight is about right, actually. We should probably weigh this thing. 2.06 pounds. So it's definitely heavy enough that it doesn't feel like a cheap plastic keyboard. Like this thing's got some weight to it, and I really, really like it. I also just love the blue. Like this really dark kind of navy blue that they've gone with is beautiful. I love how shiny it all is too. It's so weird. I don't know. Ceramic is such an odd choice, but it's a choice they made and it's a choice they're sticking with, and I am all for it because the price isn't even all that absurd. We'll get to it later, but it's under $300. And then talking about those smudges earlier, I've been handling it more than most people would, I guess, but we've got some smudge action kind of already happening here. And then so that's gonna happen to your keycaps as you type on them as well, especially because you're gonna be actually touching these all the time. The other thing to note is the material they went with is softer than glass. So you wanna be careful with your coffee mugs. It's just like, oh, I don't know. And you just hit the corner or something, and then like this whole part just cracks open or something like that. It'd be wild. As for the layout and the keyboard itself, it's a 65%, so it should be pretty familiar to most of you. You've got pretty much everything you need with like your delete and page up, page down, arrow keys. And then if you want like all of your F row, you just hit function and whatever number corresponds with that. On the bottom, there's not a whole lot going on, which I'm kind of a fan of. There's been a lot of fancy weights and stuff recently, and what I like is they've just got this like kind of divot running right through the center here, and then the feet are nice, and I like that they gave me replacement feet. And then as for our switch, we've got a little Windows and Mac switch and a USB-C. Boop.
Is it openable?
I don't see any screws, and this is a die-cast piece of ceramic, and I don't see seams either. Like, is this a unibody? Is this all one solid piece? We're gonna find out after this word from our sponsor. Thanks to MSI for sponsoring this video. Get an ultra smooth and powerful portable gaming experience with their Crosshair 18HX AI laptop. Powered by an RTX 5070, you'll be marveled by crystal clear and fluid visuals coming from its 18-inch 240Hz QHD Plus display. A 24-zone RGB keyboard illuminates your space in a way that screams, yeah, I'm a gamer, and with the ability to crank out 170 watts of power thanks to their overboost technology, it scoffs in the face of CPU and GPU intensive games. Check it out today using our link in the description. After taking a couple keycaps off, you can see that they're magnetic linear ultra fast lime switches, which I feel pretty good. And they are hot swap, and I can see a little screw right there. I bet you I can pop these out, and then it does look like this is one big shell, and then you just pop the whole thing down in there. There's no case sandwiching or anything like that, which can be totally fine. Like all the different mounting styles are, they have their own merits. Yeah, let me take off just a couple more just to confirm, but there's probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's probably something like 6 screws in here. I am genuinely afraid of like scratching this keyboard as I use this. Never. Yeah, they are in fact plate mounted, can confirm. Ooh, they've got these nice little pieces of rubber here too to stop some extra noise. I like it, I like it. Yeah, 1 more screw here. So it's probably 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top, maybe 2 more on the sides. I'm not sure, but man, that is slick. One thing about these ceramics, oh, these are different. On the first run, these were fully ceramic, if I recall correctly, because I remember hearing the like crunch as you were putting them onto your keyboard, which is a little disconcerting, but it said it's compatible, I'm gonna believe them. But the problem is the tolerances have to be perfect on those molds. And that's why I was having keycaps like come off with my fingers as I'm lifting them up. They're sticking to it just a little bit and they're not really on there properly because they're too loose. So what they've done, it looks like, I'm not sure if this interior white material is ceramic. It feels like it, but either way, they've gone and put these little plastic inserts into them so that they can actually fit properly on top of the stem. And the nice thing is plastic, you can make it a little too tight because it can stretch and bend and not much, but it can. Whereas ceramic, ceramic's not gonna do that, it's just gonna shatter. So that's really cool, and I'm really happy to see this update. This is cool. I always love looking at Hall effect switches too. Just looks like a normal switch, except it's a little different on the bottom here. You don't have those, there's no pins. Instead, they've just got these 2 little pogo stands that you pop down into there. They're north-facing RGB, which is great if you've got shine-through keycaps. You probably won't see it a whole bunch on this board, but they're north-facing. Let me pop this guy back in there. And then I'll fix my keycaps because I put them on in the wrong spots. I got so excited that I did it incorrectly. I think there's something about this sound that really resonates with me personally, and I love it, but I think to some of you it is gonna sound almost plasticky. I don't know, spacebar's so deep. Also like 0 rattle. Maybe the tiniest bit. All right, let's plug it in. Boot-ip. Where's my north-facing RGB? I was promised it. Oh, it's on a like per type. Ah, wow, I love the way it's coming up through the cracks and just kind of shining on the edges of the keycaps. It really makes for some like OSL kind of look with the object source lighting. Ah, man. I haven't been this excited about a keyboard in a pretty long time. And I think that I really want some of the revisions on the keycaps. I don't know if it's the same company, I don't know who's making the keycaps, but I like them and I want them, and I'm so glad they fixed that issue I had. So let's do a typing test. $121.99. With ceramics, your fingers almost stick on the keys as you like wiggle them around. And that's partly just because of like the oils on your skin, I'm guessing, reacting with the material. Whereas like on a plastic, it does stick a little bit, but it's not the same. I don't know how to explain it. You gotta try it for yourself. It's just got this like odd skin feel. And then on top of that, it's typically cold because ceramic, like, I don't know what it is about plastic, but these plastic keycaps, I mean, okay, to be fair, they're in a laptop, so those are heated up by the laptop. But even on a keyboard, like my keycaps always feel room temp, whereas these feel ever so slightly cold. And like the funny thing is I normally dislike when a spacebar sounds vastly different from the rest of the keys, but because this is such a subtle, nice and low, deep kind of thok, it sounds like it complements it instead of having that like high-pitched, hollow spacebar sound. Oh, actually, I wanna check the spacebar and I wanna see if it's got anything inside. It does! Ah, I knew it. It's got just a couple of little foam inserts here just to help it with the hollowness that most spacebars experience. And again, yeah, they've got this big insert for the plastic to actually fit on here nicely. Oh, I told myself I wasn't buying any more keyboards. I really did. But this is perfect. The colorway fits me perfectly. I love dark blue. It can fit on my desk. I like a 65%. I love that the ceramic looks and feels so good. I like how shiny it is. Like, it looks plastic shiny. Like, ugh. And I wasn't lying to you. It's only 220 bucks if you buy it on Kickstarter, 230 regular price if you miss out on that. Well, I think when I first bought my ceramic keycaps, they're keycaps, but I think that was like 150 bucks by themselves or something. It was expensive. And yeah, those felt more premium than the Q16HE, but if the quality went up, I expect the price would as well. And the best part is, at that $220 price, you're getting everything. Same with the 230, you're getting your keyboard fully assembled, keycap switches, everything. So you don't have to spend 200 bucks on a board and then, you know, another 80 bucks on switches and 50 to 150 on keycaps after that. You're set. Yeah, it's 8 kilohertz. We tested it. It definitely pulls at 8 kilohertz. And on top of that, the latency is super good. I think the max we saw was like 1.47 milliseconds, which is, for a max number, like, that's great. And they've even got their own version of SnapTap called Rapid Trigger. It'll reset right when you take your finger off of it. And if you're pressing 2 keys at the same time, it'll take the input from the deeper one. So if you're resting your hand a little too heavily, but you know, this key is definitely actually being pressed and the others are just kind of being pressed, it'll actually take the input that you want. This thing's got pretty much everything I'm looking for, and I don't need another 65%, so I'm probably not gonna buy it personally. But if they make the same keyboard in like 104 key, full-size board, maybe a weird condensed layout, I could be enticed. And I could also be enticed to watch another video from ShortCircuit, like the Pixel keyboard. That thing's not the Flux, but it's close enough. Will the Flux ever come out? Probably not.
Who the Flux knows?
Who the Flux knows? That was pretty good. Goodbye.